Good morning and good evening and good afternoon. Welcome to another show on the Sports Music and Life podcast. Today I'm going to cover about the band James, who was playing at Colchester Castle Park on the 22nd of August, which was an outstanding gig, I must say. So in the supporting acts you had Wave, which is Graham Coxon's band. Now they were good, very talented, all individual instrumentals, and for me, well, it's in the title Wave. It's a different wave music. It's something I hadn't experienced, and I thought they were good. And I really wanted to go and see Graham Coxon play on the guitar because he's an amazing guitar player. But every time he'd done his guitar solos, he'd turn. But he was interacting with the band. They were good. Wasn't my cup of tea, I wouldn't say. I think it's for me. It's one of them I'd have to be in the mood to listen to. But you can't not fault the talent that was in that band. All individually played very good. And both good singers. But yeah, just it was something different for me. But they were alright. They wasn't rubbish. They were good. Like I say, very good individually. But then the other supporting act was Lightning Seeds. Now I knew Lightning Seeds had some good tunes, but what I didn't realise is how many good songs they had and what great performers they are. And they were amazing, absolutely outstanding. For me, they were the second best band of the night. And obviously they done the famous football song, "It's Coming Home." The sun was shining, everyone was singing it, everyone was having a laugh with it, and it would have been obviously better if there was a football tournament on, to be able to sing it. I think the passion would have been there more, but for me, I just couldn't. I was blown away just how good they were, and still be doing it that later on in his career. And the amount of great songs he wrote too. Yeah, really amazing band. They were. I mean, for me, they should have been on before James, and I'll get into that. The reason why. So, Happy Mondays was the other supporting act, and for me, Sean Ryder is one of them people that you love, but he couldn't sing to save his life, and it was a proper letdown, a proper letdown. And the tunes itself was good. The guitar player was very good. The band itself was good. I mean, there's only so much you can watch Bez dancing, and I do love Happy Mondays. I think they've got some great tunes, and I think Sean Ryder's side band Grapes is quite good. You know, they've all got some great tunes, but he couldn't sing. It was like being at a bad holiday camp listening to someone who couldn't sing on a karaoke, or being in a pub when they used to do karaoke in the pubs and things like that, if they still do. It was an awful singer, and I think that really let down the day really, in that front, because it was poor. I'm not gonna make out that it was amazing when it weren't. It was very, very poor. Which was a shame, but the lady that was singing in it, which I believe was Bez's girlfriend, an amazing singer, got a great voice. It's not the original lady that sung in the band, but she had an amazing voice, and she, her talent's wasted there, if I'm quite honest with you. That's how I felt about it, and a lot of people in the crowd was like, "Oh, this was awful." And I even spoke to one person that was in there, and he said, "If you think this is bad, they're a lot better than what they were the year before." So it's such a shame, because it's a band that's got lots of tunes. Obviously, their biggest hit was a cover, "Step on It," which is an actual cover. It's their biggest hit, and even Sean Ryder's always said that. But yeah, it's just a shame, because they're great people, him and Bez. You know, you've watched them on the TV program Gogglebox, and everyone loved them. But for me, as a performance, Sean Ryder's voice is gone, and I get he's still trying to make a living, but it was awful. But it was still nice to see some people standing around having a dance and getting into the tune. But it's something I couldn't get into on that day, and I don't believe. I think they should have opened up really, because the bands that was on them before were much better. So let's get into it with the band James. Now, this band has to go down as one of the greatest all-round bands, and I mean all the instrumentals, and there's so many different instruments they're playing. And to tell you what was so amazing, so the guitar player, who also plays the violin, which is Sol Davis, he come out, he done a violin solo. So people don't know much about instruments. The violin is the hardest one you'll ever play. Can't say I've ever played it. I mean, I struggle to play a guitar. But he done this amazing solo, and this is just to open the show. You know what I'm saying? This is opening the show, and he's doing a violin solo, and he was amazing. It was mind blowing just how good it was, and he was shredding it like he was shredding a guitar. It was so amazing. And Tim Booth, the singer, was amazing. The way he interacted with the crowd, he was down there, he was singing with them, and he come out of it that he said that they don't have a set list. They basically a sort of set list literally just before they walk out, or an hour, whatever, so before they come out. Obviously, they've got to know a bit more about it. And they just come out and they perform the songs, and they've done so many songs. There were so many songs I didn't know that I still sat back and enjoyed. They are a truly amazing band to go and watch live, and I advise anyone to go and watch them live. I know I say this a lot because I'm a massive music fan, and I admire a lot of musicians and songwriters and solo artists and things like that. But to stand there and watch someone like James, as talented as they are, I promise you it's going to blow your mind. If you've never seen them live and you know a few of their songs, then go and watch them. And I promise you're going to be like, wow, that was amazing. And do you know what? I was looking around at the crowd. Everyone was dancing. They was having it. The beers were flowing. It was a great day. And it was another hot day. And there was one special moment. So the drums was playing, and I think there was a technical problem. And Tim Booth stops him. And he goes, "Can you play it on the keyboard?" And he started playing this song on the keyboard, and then he started singing the words. And it was "Sit Down Next to Me," which is probably obviously their biggest hit, even though they got bigger and better tunes in my eyes. It was their biggest hit, and he was singing, and it got to the "Sit Down Next to Me" part, and he went, "Right, you all singing." Everyone in the crowd was singing for it, going for it, and it's like everyone was on the same level. Like they just lowered the bit where it needs to be lowered, and they went high when it needs to be high. It was one of the most surreal, amazing things I've ever been involved with. As a music side to it, as a music fan, should I say, and they are generally, I'll promise you now, you will be in for a great show. And I've said this about a lot of people, and I always say to my son, you'll know when the band's very good when you watch them live and they can perform just as good as that. Or if you watch a song they just brought out and they perform it live there and then, perform it live, that's when you know it's a good song in my eyes. And that was it for James. When I saw them songs live, just how good they are, and it just rolled in, and then the whole band itself was such a talented band. The girls that were singing in it, the girls that were playing the instrument, the chaps that were playing the instruments, it was amazing. And everyone was looking like, wow. And like I say, the enjoyment is watching everyone in the crowd. It was obviously for their era. The guys I went with, which I'll give a shout actually. So the chaps I went with was Mitch, Robbie, James, and Mark Robbo. The usual suspects there. And every single one of us was like, this was amazing. And it was generally amazing, and to think that they've played in so many big places, to come to our little town in Colchester and play, it was amazing to have a great day out. I know I keep saying it because that's generally how good it was. So if you're going to see them live, like I keep saying, you're in for a treat. If you ain't got tickets to go and see them live, then please go and find tickets to see them live. I haven't been to one gig this summer where I've been let down. The only band that let me down was Happy Mondays. I was really looking forward to seeing them. I think deep down we knew Sean's voice was gone. He was never going to be the same. He lived a very, very wild lifestyle. But it didn't put a damper on the day. It was just a shame that it wasn't as good as what we'd hoped it to be. But like I say, Lightning Seeds and the band James, great performances. But I think obviously top performance on the day had to go down to James. So if, like I say, if you can find them on YouTube, or if you can, I believe they've done Glastonbury this year, you can find it on the BBC iPlayer. And I promise you ain't going to be let down. And they mix it up too. They don't always do it in the same order. So you never know what you're going to get when you go and watch them. And that was amazing. And like I say, there was some tunes, or a fair few tunes that I didn't know, and sat back and admired how good it was, because it was that good. So if you get a chance to go and watch them, please go and watch them, or please go and watch them. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you for watching another show on the Sports, Music and Life podcast. For those that are new, please like and subscribe and give us give us the thumbs up, and ring the bell and all that nonsense. Please following the channel because I really appreciate it, and I'll be bringing you some more podcasts very soon. Thank you for listening.